IBM and Boston University are working to create a new model for how neighborhoods can be more energy efficient and green, while at the same time improving the quality of life for its residents.
Cities like Boston are at a crossroads. When we look at our ability to continue to live on this planet, we have a lot of significant problems, both at the macro level and the micro level. Boston has a very aging housing stock. A lot of these buildings were built around that turn of the century, and they hemorrhage heat. So trying to understand how we can do a better job of upgrading, retrofitting those buildings with energy efficient appliances and fixtures is a huge issue for Boston.
We're working with public housing here in Boston, and those housing projects are typically very energy inefficient, and the landlords don't really have much of an incentive to make investments in new energy conservation technologies.
Energy efficiency makes up a good chunk of the operating costs of any property, depending on the age of the equipment and its efficiency and how it's paired to the demands of the tenants and their occupants.
A prerequisite for making changes for sustainability is really understanding what's driving our emissions. And so I think really the key barrier is having knowledge of the usage, and that really then connects in with what we want to try to achieve with the Sustainable Neighborhood Lab.
When you think about what we're trying to do here with the Sustainable Neighborhood Lab, part of it is research, part of it is education, part of it is actually the work day-to-day of connecting with stakeholders, connecting with municipal leaders, with community leaders, with industry partners like IBM, and the citizens at large into a collaborative environment that's in fact going to be able to move this program forward and achieve the goals that we want.
We approached various city and civic organizations, including the mayor's office, to help them understand the power that this may have in helping cities become more efficient, more smart as they move forward and become more urbanized, given the availability of these technologies. IBM was a perfect partner to do this with because they have a long history of deploying information technology-based approaches to the public sector for good.
IBM technology is really the ability to take a massive amount of data from today's physical infrastructure, from the sensors, from the control systems, and run analytics on that data and do it in a very fast, scalable, efficient manner to give that deeper insight as to how we can do things more efficiently, provide better services to citizens.
We've been studying a whole bunch of buildings on campus, and now what we want to do is roll this out to the larger community. So one of the potential projects we've started working on is with the Lenox Hotel.
Our specific collaboration with them is in the area of doing further work that will allow the Lenox Hotel to be actively responsive to the cost of energy. They have installed insulation and efficient windows, and now they're going forward to even substituting old-fashioned looking chandeliers with efficient light bulbs.
We hope to see from this collaboration a really bottom line performance that we can demonstrate to the landlord and the investor is worthwhile, worth the investment.
Sustainability not only includes buildings and infrastructure, but extends to other areas such as traffic and parking.
In any large city in the world, 1 out of 3 cars is looking for parking. And it takes about 8 minutes on the average to find a parking spot. So the negatives of this kind of statistics are that, first of all, the frustration of the driver who's looking for parking, the traffic congestion that's created not just for him, but for everybody else who's just trying to get through, the unnecessary fuel consumption, the waste, and the time, of course, that just wasted, which time is money.
The key element here is technology. The technology advancements today with sustainable energy are rapidly developing, and this project is bringing together the best minds in order to figure out how we can tap into this technology to help our communities become more sustainable. It's really transformational in nature.
This project has a huge opportunity to become a model for how academia, the private sector, and the public sector from the citizens and government point of view can work together from the earliest stages to deploy extraordinarily impactful technologies to help cities become more efficient, run better, and improve quality of life.